Hey everybody, this is Roberta Eastman from Home Buyers Inventory, and thank you again for joining us for our People's Question number 25. Today we're going to be talking about probably the most famous question we get. Are there application fees? So let's talk about rental application fees and what you need to know about them. So this is the first question we always get here at Home Buyers Inventory. Is there an application fee? And the answer is yes. The fee is $50 per person for all those over the age of 18 who are going to be living in the home. We as owners don't like to charge rental application fees as much as you, tenants, don't like to pay them. But these fees are necessary. No different than banks, experienced homeowners, particularly those who've been burned by less than exemplary people, want to know your history. And we do screen our future tenants to learn about their history, but we care more about what you have done going forward. So what's really important to us is, what have you done since life happened? It matters to us. If life happened to you like it does to most of us, it happened to me, it happened to Keith, it's happened to a lot of the people that are in our business, so we know what it's like to have life happen. It happens to most people. But how did we handle the credit, the on-time payments, the opening of accounts since you had those credit challenges or those write-offs in past due payments? That's what's more important to us, your story. That's what matters to us. It doesn't really matter how you got to where you are. What happens since then is what we're going to look at, what banks are going to look at. That's what's important to us. What's your story? We want to make sure our tenants are a good fit to our rent-to-own homes. And it doesn't always work, because let me tell you about a story that we just went through, or a situation we just went through. Never in a million years would I have thought this person would have done what they ended up doing. But they got into a situation and life happened to them, and we gave them an opportunity, and in their words, we believed in them more than she believed in herself. And she goes into one of our rent-own homes and she pays her rent, and now it's time for her to execute her option. Well, a year prior, she had gotten hurt at work, or something happened where she wasn't working anymore. Well, her number one issue or mistake was she didn't communicate to us. Now, not that her rent would have changed or anything would have been different, but she didn't communicate. And that's a problem. You have to communicate to people so that everybody understands kind of what's going on. So it comes time for her to execute her option, and she is in the same exact position, credit-wise, that she was when we started. So she did not do any of the work that was needed to get herself mortgage ready. And when it came time and she wasn't able to execute, she had to leave the home. Well, unfortunately, the non-exemplary people we were talking about, and again, this wouldn't have shown up on a credit report, but we should have seen the red flags when it was done the first time and the second time, and we could see it on their background checks. She actually destroyed the house and left it in just shambles, to the tune of $20,000 in repair. So we really do have to run these, charge the application fees, run the backgrounds, run the history, and know what has happened. The first time it happened, did it happen again the second time? It's kind of that old saying, shame on you, burn me once, shame on you, shame on me. I'm sorry, it's burn me once, shame on you. Burn me twice, shame on me, right? I should have, and we should have paid attention so that we now wouldn't have $20,000 in repairs to do on a house. And after giving her the opportunity, and but it happens. So anyway, we want to make sure our tenants are a good fit for our rent-to-own homes, and one of the ways that we can do that is to understand what happened to them What was their story? How did they handle life after life happened? So the application fee pays for the background check and the credit check. And here's what you need to know about application fees. We need to know, and you want to be paying your rent on time, act in a financially responsible way, and will treat your home with respect. That's what we need to know. That's a good fit for us in our rent-to-own homes. Just as much as we have to be a good fit for you in what your rent's going to cost you and where you're going to live and the location and what schools your children go to. We need to have a good fit as well. And those are the things that we need to know in order for it to be a good fit. Running a credit check helps us get a sense of your financial behavior, and a background check helps us to see if your history, or if you have a history of behavioral red flags. I should have paid attention to the one who's now left me with $20,000 in repairs. The application fee covers the screening cost. And unfortunately, when somebody does something like that, it really does make it bad for everybody else. We accept information directly from you, combined with what shows up on the background. Most people pass our credit checks unless they've had an eviction within the last 3 years. And overall, rental application fees vary from company to company. Here at Homebuyers Inventory, we have done thorough research on various companies, and we chose the company we use to ensure that we get the best price we can get, so you don't have to pay more. So we encourage you to do 2 things. 1, make sure you download for free our rent-to-own process infographic. And then secondly, make sure you visit our website, which is www.homebuyersinventory.com, and that will let you view and schedule an appointment and see all the pictures and understand all the details of the homes that we have available as a rent-to-own. And then if you visit our facts page, it will go more into detail on the rental application and how you answer some questions that you would want to know in regards to how do you get started. So visit www.homebuyersinventory.com, and we will speak to you on the other side.